Okay, so to kick off this week, I think I'm going to be doing the branding for the merch store. Still don't really have a clear idea of what I'm doing yet, so I think I'm going to just start sketching, exploring some different ideas, seeing what I think works well. I think maybe draw some inspiration from the old BearBros logo, which I did ages ago. So if you don't remember, we did it's like a illustrative website that was dedicated to like more illustrative designs and stuff. I tried using that within the current website design, but it just didn't work. It wasn't versatile enough. It didn't look good when it was reduced to small sizes. It just wasn't legible enough. So I might use some inspiration from that design, but just create something, like I said, more versatile, something that's easily read that can just work well on a small digital device, essentially. So yeah, that's the plan. Might work outside today because it's nice and cool and fresh out there. And yeah, see how we go. Feeling the initial designs, I actually jumped into the desktop, started playing around on Adobe Illustrator. Wasn't really feeling it still, so then I decided to change it up a little bit, get some black sort of art paper, get some white Poscas out and sort of do some concepts that way. Sort of like reverse, when you do stencil design, you sort of reverse the actual image, sort of just playing around with that contrast. And yeah, I think it worked well. We got some different designs I want to try out now. So I'm going to jump back into the desktop, actually transfer those images from the black card paper and put it into Illustrator and see if we can come up with another sort of concept that might work. After working around with these different concepts, I think I've found something that I really like that I think works well. We sort of started with this sort of idea, just something really different, trying to reverse the bros in BearBros. Something different. It's not legible, but it's sort of, I don't know, just experimenting, seeing what we can come up with. Got over that design, decided I wanted to do something else that was sort of a bit different, not necessarily the right thing to do or legible, but just experimenting, see what we could do. I flipped these over and realized that there could be a connection with the R, the upside down R and the A. So I worked around with it a little bit, made it work, which is pretty cool. But still, I wasn't really sold on it. The main thing I realized that I really wanted something that is super legible, works well with the other sort of brands it's connected to, and can look really cool by itself, like on its own merchandise. So like on shirts and stuff, hoodies and jumpers and stuff like that. I want it to work by itself as well. So if we were to create a simple design, merch design, that's part of this particular brand, then it's easy to apply. So these they're cool, but I couldn't see myself wearing them. Like, this looks a bit too technical, a little bit too futuristic. Like, it doesn't work well with the type of products that will be on the merch store. So this was more in line, but then again, it just didn't work. It was too hard to read, and I just couldn't see myself wearing it on any apparel. So this one here, I think, was the best out of the bunch. And this one came from working on the black paper, doing the reverse of it and sort of transferring it into Illustrator. I think this works. It's definitely a lot better on the black background. What you find normally with these type of designs, the white background, it's okay, but it looks so much better when it's on black. And yeah, got a cool font there. The goal was to like simplify it to a point where, if I was to reduce the size of it, it still looks okay. If that was, say, on the top corner of a website, it's still recognizable, easy to read, super easy to read compared to the other examples, and fits the style. And yeah, it just looks cool. Like, you can put this, I can see myself putting this on a shirt or some sort of apparel, and I'd wear it, just by the actual logo by itself. So it ticks all the boxes, and I think I'm going to settle with that. Just a bit of an update on the merch store. So it's coming together nicely. Just fixing a couple just little things on Webflow in terms of responsiveness and functionality stuff, like getting things working properly and stuff like that, setting up how this is all going to work. The hardest part is literally setting something up so you can use it easier in the future. So this is easy to create, this part here, but the hard part is creating it so it's dynamic. So when I add a new product in, I don't have to create a whole new page, add the new text, make sure it all fits nicely. I want to create it so it's like a template. So essentially, I just go into the dashboard, create a new product, add the photo, and add the text in the back end, so it will just populate here. So that's the hard part, because there are different products on here. So for instance, you got the stickers, and the stickers are different. They don't need a size guide. They don't need, the shipping is going to be different. The details are going to be different. So it's just not smart to create, to do everything from scratch every time you add a new product. And each product has a different way of calculating shipping. So I haven't sort of figured out how I'm going to do the calculating of the shipping part. But this is all sorted, so I can add a different photo. Everything will be populated from pricing to the actual details. So, which is good. I just got to figure out how I'm going to just differentiate the shipping. It is Wednesday. Got exciting news. The merch store is pretty much ready to go. We still have to do a lot of testing and all that sort of stuff. Tried to connect the domain name and set up the hosting last night. Unfortunately, I didn't do it correctly, and it didn't work this morning. So I made some tweaks on the domain name side. Hopefully it will propagate by the end of today. Sometimes it can even take 2 days. So the annoying thing when you're creating websites and when you finally set up the hosting and create the domain name, it always takes time to propagate. So if you make a mistake the first time, you won't know until the next day. So it is what it is. Hopefully it will come up by the end of the day. And yeah, from then we can actually test it out, test out the cart functionality, make a purchase through it, make sure that's all working, connect Stripe payments and PayPal payments as well, which will allow anyone to use credit cards and stuff online to purchase the merchandise. So that's how the website's going. I'll give you a bit of a look. So this is on Webflow. Actually, I might put this on here. So give you a little quick preview of the stickers. We've got the shirt ready. Some of the photography will need to change, but can't really do that until, I actually get the products. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think I've got the postage settings all set up, but I can only really test that out once we sort of connect all the payment stuff and do some actual payment testing. But it looks cool, it's responsive. It looks good on a lot of devices, especially on mobile. So yeah, can't complain. So we've been working on something a little bit different today. Something very, very important. I'm sure you guys have been seeing on social media, on TV, all the riots, all the protests for the brutal murder of George Floyd, who passed away from, being detained by that police officer. And we've seen the footage, and it's disgusting. It shouldn't happen in 2020, and yeah, this needs to stop. I don't like getting too political because it's not my thing. I don't know enough about policies, especially how things work in other countries. So I don't have the audacity to tell people what to do, tell people how things should be. But I want to help. I was inspired by Killer Mike, if you don't know, rapper, very famous, from Run the Jewels. His speech really touched, a lot of people, and there was a part in the speech which really resonated with me and sort of gave me the idea to create a protest poster which anyone can download for free from the Black Bear Creative website and take it to any rallies you're going to, any protests that you're going to. Yeah, so it's not much, but it's a useful tool for anyone to sort of share their voice and be heard. So yeah, check it out. We're going to wrap up this episode of the weekly wrap up. Thinking about just what's been happening and in terms of how we want to format these episodes and stuff like that. I think we might be changing it around a bit, and instead of being weekly, because as you know, we don't post it weekly because, due to, schedule and stuff like that, we can't always do it weekly. So we're thinking of changing the name to just the wrap up. Now, therefore, it can be weekly, it can be every fortnight. We're not sort of limited to when we have to post it. As you know, depending on what's happening during the week, sometimes we just can't film due to, we've got other obligations we need to do, or, I just don't feel like filming or doing the editing for the videos. But I still want to create stuff for you guys and show you what's happening. So yeah, it's just, we're going to change it around a little bit. But don't worry, we'll still be here and showing you guys some cool stuff, what we do from day to day. So don't worry, we're not going away. And also don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the video if it's on socials. Check out our socials. Follow us there. Keep it updated on what we're doing. And we'll see you guys in the next video, alright?